What is up, everybody? In this video I wanted to respond to a comment that I got on my latest video, All Budget Strategies Animal Farm. This is a comment by Lisa. She had something to ask. It was, if you're able and willing, would love some insight to Animal Farm working through the current development / launch stage. There were some issues that needed to be worked on, and she wants to know like how to maneuver the site and how to compound, because it's not as obvious as drip where you can just click hydrate and done. So that is what I want to base this video on: how to compound your investment on the animal farm. And also I want to talk about like some of those hiccups that we saw going through the launch phase, and I want to talk about, is animal farm currently, where is it? A success, or is it a failure? Was the launch a success, or was the launch a failure? In this video, I want to go over the listing price controversy, because everybody was so upset when they found out that the listing price of dogs and pigs was going to be less than what the value of Rev was when the snapshot was taken. People were so upset about that. So I want to cover that in this video, as well as what to expect going forward. What kind of returns can we expect on our investment from now on? Also, I'm going to do a demonstration of how I'm personally compounding my investment on the farm, so you can watch that and follow along. Okay, so the listing price controversy. Let's start with that. So we all know that dogs and pigs were listed way beneath, like so far beneath the value of what we all expected it was going to be, considering there was a snapshot taken when Rev was at $250 or something. So let's find out now what pigs and dogs should have been worth at launch. Okay, I'm just going to do pigs. I don't want to do two calculations. So we'll just do one. We'll just do pigs. Okay, let's find out what pigs should have been valued at listing price. Okay, one Rev was worth $250 when the snapshot was taken, yeah? Like roughly $250. That means that the PL2 token should have been worth $300, because there's got to be a 20% extra on that, right? So one PL2 token was worth $300, yeah? $300 for one PL2 token, because it was 20% more than Rev. So if you were to buy this PL2 token in the BUSD raise, the BUSD pre-sale, you would have spent $300 per PL2 token. Okay, one PL2 token was worth 0.3, like roughly 0.3 pigs and 0.7 dogs, roughly. Okay, we're just gonna look at pigs for now. So if one PL2 token would get you 0.3 pigs, that means that 0.3 pigs is worth half of a PL2 token, yeah? PL2 token, because half of that went to pigs and half of that went to dogs. So 0.7 dogs is worth half a PL2 token, and 0.3 pigs is worth half a PL2 token. So if 0.3 pigs is worth half a PL2 token, that means that 0.3 pigs is worth $150, alright? That makes sense? $150. Okay, so what is a full pig worth? Basically, this is like 1/3, roughly. I don't want to do exact numbers because I don't think it's worth the effort, but roughly 0.3 pigs is about 1/3 of a pig. So you take this price, 150, times it by 3 to get the full pig value. Okay, one pig should have been worth $450 at listing price. Okay, if our PL2 token was going to be the same value as Rev was when the snapshot was taken, one pig should have been listed at $450. But we know that's not true. It was listed at like, I don't know, $20 or something crazy low like that. Okay, now people were upset, understandably, okay? But it could not have been listed at $450. It is so impossible for it to be listed at $450, and I'm going to show you why. Okay, so in order to understand how this works, you need to have at least a basic understanding of liquidity pools and automated market makers. There's two very good videos put out by a channel called White Boy Crypto. I'll have those videos linked in the description below, where it talks like more in depth about how liquidity pools and automated market makers work. But for now, I'm just going to roughly explain how it works. If I have a liquidity pool, inside the liquidity pool we have a pig. Yeah, we have one pig, and then we have some money. That pig is going to be worth however much money is in this liquidity pool, and it's a scale that needs to be the same. Yeah, needs to be the same. Okay, so if we have one pig in the liquidity pool, and we have $100 in the liquidity pool, that means one pig is worth $100. Okay, if we have two pigs in the liquidity pool and $100 in the liquidity pool, that means that one pig is worth $50 each, right? Because two 50s make 100. I hope you're following. This is very easy math, but it's a little bit hard, the concept. Okay, let's say we had 100 pigs. We had 100 pigs in the liquidity pool and $100 in the liquidity pool. That means that one pig would be worth $1 each. Okay, this is how automated market makers work. Now, there was the initial liquidity was, I think it was like $500,000 that was raised from, maybe it was more, I'm not sure. We'll just say $500,000 for now, because the exact numbers don't really matter. Okay, it's just this general concept that I want you to understand. I know there's a whole bunch of people that watch my videos and they take things so literally. Okay, these numbers are mostly made up, but the concept is the concept that is what I want you to understand. Okay, so I'm pretty sure there was a BUSD pre-sale, and that BUSD pre-sale earned $500,000. Okay, $500,000. Half of that $500,000 went to the dog liquidity, and the other half of the $500,000 went to the pig liquidity. So that means that at listing there was $250,000 in this pig liquidity. So if we wanted the price of pigs to be $450, like we all assumed that it would be, how many pigs can there be minted at listing? How many pigs can there be? Let's find out. I'm going to bring up in the calculator. Okay, so we have $250,000 in the liquidity, and we want the pigs to be worth $450 each. Okay, so we divide that by $450 each. That means that there could have only have been 555 pigs at launch. Okay, this is why it's such a problem. Okay, let's say that there was only 555 pigs. Okay, so that means that the listing price would have been $450. Yeah, good, we all won. We all got our value like we were promised. $550. Okay, but there's, I don't know, there was like 100,000 PL2 tokens. These numbers are made up, okay? Don't get so literal. There's about 60,000 people in the Telegram chat. If half of those people were from the Mana farm, that would mean that there's 30,000 people that had PL2 tokens. And in order for there to have been 100,000 in total, that means that each person would have needed to have at least 3 PL2 tokens each, which I think is a pretty safe guess. So we're going to stick with this number for now. Let's say there's 100,000 PL2 tokens, and out of those 100,000 PL2 tokens, 1/3 of them went to pigs. So you divide that by 3, yeah? That means we have like 30,000, we'll just make the math easy, 30,000 pigs, okay? So that means at listing, there would have been 555 pigs in the liquidity, 30,000 pigs in circulation. Now, let's say 1,000 of these pigs got sold. Okay, let's say 1,000 of these pigs got sold to the to PancakeSwap. Okay, what would the price be? We go 250,000 because it's 250,000 in the liquidity pool. We go 250,000 divided by 1,000. Okay, equals $250. If 1,000 pigs got sold, this price would go from 450 to 250. Now these numbers aren't exactly right. I'm just rounding and making it simple so that you understand the concept. If you want to know the exact numbers, watch the video that I put in the description. Okay, let's say 3,000 people sold. We go 250,000 divided by 3,000 got sold, so we go 3,000 plus 555, that's 3,555. Now there's 3,555 pigs in the liquidity. How much is the price worth? $70. Now let's say 10,000, let's say a whole third of these people that have pigs sold to the liquidity. We go 250,000 divided by 10,000. Let's say 10,000 pigs got sold at listing. That means the price of pigs is now $25. Okay, this is the exact definition of a rug pull. If the pigs were listed at $450, that means we would have all rug pulled ourselves and the price would have just absolutely plummeted. There is no way on this planet that the animal farm could be sustainable with such a high listing price like that. No way. Especially considering that there was all of these tokens in circulation from the start when people traded the PL2 tokens. So that is why it couldn't have worked. But everyone's saying like, well, we were lied to. We were told that the $450 would be what the pig is worth at listing. Okay, let's find out exactly right. Okay, because you haven't been lied to. Your pigs are not worth this price. Your pigs are actually worth a lot more than that. I'm going to show you why. So the rev value is equals PL2 equals listing price. Okay, this is all real. Okay, this is all real. How do we get to this? Okay, because there is still okay, so in the rev, when the rev was snapshotted, 60% is paid out to pigs, 40% is used for liquidity. Okay, for liquidity, that's 20% to pigs, 20% to dogs. That means that all of your value that's been promised to you hasn't been added yet. Okay, this is all a bonus on top of that. Okay, because the 40% that is used for liquidity is going to be through buybacks. Okay, and 60%, the 60% I already wrote it. Okay, that's the pig pen rewards. So in order to get your rev value, yeah, it is buybacks plus pig rewards, like the pig BUSD rewards, pig BUSD, I'll call it dividends, equals your rev value, not this price. Okay, that's just a bonus. So once this buybacks happen, and then once the all of the 60% gets added to, I'll refresh. It'll be here. Okay, BUSD in Vault. Once the 60% from the mana farm gets added to this BUSD in Vault, that is when your promised rev value snapshot would be added. Okay, it's not loading. I don't know why it's not loading. Anyways, last time I checked, there's 3.5 million in there. Okay, so buybacks plus pig BUSD dividends equals your rev value. That's why Forex said that if you sold your pigs, you'd be wrecking yourself. Okay, the snapshot was used to decide all of this. Okay, if you sold your pigs, you'd get wrecked, but if you stake your pigs, then I don't know why this isn't loading. It's so annoying. If you stake your pigs, then you'll get your rev value that was promised. Now, Forex said, okay, we're going to go into this next part. What to expect going forward. Forex said that once the 40% is added to liquidity through buybacks, that is enough money, he said, for the pigs and the dogs to double in price, 2x in price through buybacks. Okay, so let's find out if this 2x in price through buybacks is going to get us that rev value that we're promised. So I had 82 PL2 tokens, okay, and if they're valued at $300 each, that equals 24k, 24.6k, 24.6k. Now let's see how much money I'm going to have when these buybacks happen. Okay, so I'm gonna have a look at my pig pen. My pig pen is 7,926. Okay, we'll just round it up to 8,000. Okay, we go 8,000. 8,000 times 2 equals 16,000. 16,000. Yeah, 16k. I just wrote 16k. Good. And then my dogs, I have 5.3 thousand in here. So you go 5.3 thousand, 5.3 times 2 equals 10.6, okay, plus 10.6k. So 16k plus 10.6k equals $26.6 thousand. After buybacks happens, my investment will be worth $26.6 thousand. My PL2 was worth $24,000. Now through the buybacks alone, it's worth more than that, and the 60% hasn't even come into the equation yet. So we are all deep in profits already. This price here is not a reflection of the value of your pigs, because the liquidity hasn't even been added yet, and the 60% hasn't even been added to the pig rewards. Once that happens, then your pigs will be worth as much as was expected. So stay diligent and be patient, because we are all deeply in profit regardless of what the price is showing. Okay, so I hope that makes sense. If you don't understand something that I've covered, leave a comment below and I'll probably cover it in a future video. If you disagree with me, if you think all of this is nonsense and the price alone is where you get the value from, then probably just sell your tokens, because I want to buy them. Okay, so what to expect going forward. Yeah, I've got more that I want to talk about. Okay, so I did some math yesterday. The percentages might have changed since, but I want to cover it anyways. Okay, so right now, Pigpen is paying roughly 0.15%. Okay, 0.15%. The dog pool is paying roughly 0.5%. 0.5%, and the farms, the core farms, these are the only ones that I'm doing, like the dog BSC and the drip BSC. I don't know about the other farms, but the core farms are paying roughly 2.5%. Yeah, roughly 2.5%. So Forex said that once that 60% gets added to here it is, $3.5 million in the BSD vault. That's not including the 60% that's promised. That's like purely from just people using the farm and having the deposit fees all add up. Okay, so that 60% hasn't even been added yet. I think the first $1 million was added this morning, so we're almost. Forex said that it's about 20 mil. 20 mil is going to be going into this BUSD vault. So one of many, he said. Once that 20 million is added to this BUSD in vault, that means because the BUSD in vault has 10x, it's gone from like 2 million to 20 million. That means this will be 10x. Okay. So after the 60% is added to the vault, 60% is added to the vault. Pigpen will be 1.5% ish, 1.5%. Okay, it all depends on like the it all depends on the TVL. If there's more TVL that gets added, if there's more TVL that gets added, then that percentage will be less, but rough numbers. Okay, so once that 60% is added, the Pigpen will be 1.5% instead of the current 0.15%. Forex said, I'll link this in the description as well, the AMA that he said all this. He said that once that 60% is added to the vault, there will be 9 to 12x higher APR for the Pigpen. Okay, that's where I'm getting these numbers from. So the dog pool is paying 0.5%, the core farms are paying 2.5%. What I recommend everybody do is if they have dogs in the pool is to slowly move them over to the farms as fast as possible. And this is why. Obviously, the core farms are paying more, so there's that. But if you move your dogs over to the farms, you have to pay them with BUSD, which means that the invested amount of money would be twice as much. Yeah, does that make sense? If I have 1,000 worth of dogs, and I want to move those 1,000 worth of dogs to the farms, I have to add another 1,000 BUSD, which means that my investment is now 2,000 instead of $1,000. Okay, so if you moved your dogs to the core farms, you'll be earning 10 times more interest. I'll show you that math really quick. 10 times more interest. This video is a little bit scattered. I hope it makes sense. Anyways, you go 0.5%. No. You go 2.5% divided by 0.5% equals 5 times more interest. Yeah, 0.5 divided by 2. Is that right? No, I did 2.5 first. 2.5 divided by 0.5 equals 5 times. What happened? 5 times more interest. Yeah, and then because you've got an extra double the amount of money there because you had to pair it with BUSD, you go 2x times 5x equals 10x. Yeah, so if you move your dogs over to the farms, you'll be earning 10 times more interest. So that is currently what I'm doing right now. My whole focus, now we're getting into how to compound on the farm. Yeah, my whole focus at the moment is to move my dogs from the pool over to the farm. That way I'll earn 10 times more interest. It's 5 times more interest because it's 2.5% instead of 0.5%, but then another 2 times on top of that because I've just added all this BUSD to the pool. Okay, so I'm going to demonstrate how I do that. I'm currently selling my drip. to do that. Let's do that right now. I got about 200 bucks. So I claim my drip. How long is this video? 24 minutes, way longer than I expected. Thanks for sticking through to the end though. Okay, so I claimed my drip. I swapped my drip. Thank you. I swapped my drip. I'm so impatient. Especially since I'm recording. There we go. Sell. Yes. Confirm. Now that I've got BNB in my wallet, I swap that BNB for BUSD. Because the whole point is I'm trying to get my my dogs from here, and I want to move them over to the farm here. Okay, I've already got $1,200 moved over so far. I'm gonna do some more. Okay, so we go trade, exchange. I'm gonna swap my BNB for BUSD because that's what I need for the LP tokens. BUSD. I have 0.45. I'm gonna do 0.43. That way it leaves 0.02 left over for gas. Done. $186. Done. Done? I guess it's done. Yeah, okay, so then I go over to the liquidity because I'm going to add BUSD to the dogs. So I want to find out how much dogs I need to pull out. I click max. I need 1.74 dogs. 1.74 dogs. I already have 0.04 dogs, so I just need to pull out 1.7 dogs. Yeah? To head up to the BUSD. So I go to the pool, I pull out 1.7 dogs. To do that, you click this minus button, minus 1.7. And then when you unstake dogs, note that any pigs that you've generated will also get sent to your wallet at the same time. Okay? So I've pulled out 1.7 dogs, and automatically my pigs are going to be harvested. Your earnings have also been harvested to your wallet. Yeah, that's this here. Good. So that went to 0 and that's gone down 1.7 amount. So now I go back to the liquidity. I have my dogs ready because I just pulled them out of the pool. I hit supply, confirm supply, and it will give me 17. That's what it looked like. 17 LP tokens. LP tokens. Is it done? It's done. Okay, farm. I'm going to add those 17. Come on. I'm going to add. Come on. They got done, didn't they? Yeah, balance 0. Farms. I'm going to add, there it is, I'm going to add those 17 LP tokens to the dog BUSD farm, because that way I'll start earning 10 times more interest. I hit confirm, and notice when I add these LP tokens to the farm, it's also going to remove the pigs that was generated. It's going to automatically harvest those pigs for me. Yeah, so let's wait. This should go up to about maybe 70 something. And this, yeah, 76, good. That went up, and then I've got all my pigs. I also have so because I added dog BUSD here, it removed the pigs. Because I unstaked some of my dogs, it removed the pigs. So I've got some pigs in my wallet now. I don't know if I added the token address to this. No, I don't think I did. But I've got some pigs in my wallet now. So I'm going to go to the farms. There's one more farm I want to harvest. I don't have any more drip BUSD to stake, so I'm just going to harvest this. I'm just going to harvest this. And then all the pigs are harvested from my drip BUSD farm. All the pigs are harvested from the dogs BUSD farm. All the pigs are harvested from the dog pool. I'm now going to add to my pig pen. I'm going to add all of that to my pig pen. This is going to automatically harvest the BUSD. Once the pigs get added, it's going to automatically harvest this $8 of BUSD. What I would then do is take that $8, convert it back into BNB, and then use that for gas. It's just an easy way to keep stocked up on gas. Your funds have been staked. Good. Yes. Done. I come back here. I'll swap these two around. Max. Swap. And this will give me back some gas. Cool. And this is what I'm doing every single day. I'm taking money from my faucet, selling it, and using that to pair with my dogs. Because it's my goal to get the dogs over from my pools to my farms as fast as possible so I can start earning 10 times more interest. And then once that has all been moved over, I'm going to go back to hydrating. Now, there's some people who are saying that you shouldn't pair your dogs because the dogs are going to go up in price. And if the dogs goes up in price after you've paired, then that means you're going to suffer impermanent loss. So it's better to wait until the price goes up before you pair. Don't listen to them. It's not true. It's such a dumb thing that people are saying. No offense to the people that are saying it, but it's such a dumb thing to say because this is why. This is why it's a dumb thing to say. Let's say dogs are worth $100 now. Yeah, $100. If I pair my dogs, I need, let's say, $100 for a dog. $100 for a dog. Let's say I pair that. I need, what do I need? I need $100 worth of BUSD, yeah? Plus $100 of BUSD. If the price goes up, I suffer impermanent loss. That is true, but the impermanent loss that I suffer will be about 20%. Okay, that's a 20%. Okay, or I can wait. If the price goes up like 2 times, let's say the price goes up 2x, then I suffer 20%. If it's like not 2x, it's not going to be nearly as high. But anyways, if the price goes up first, okay, if the price goes up first, now the dog is worth $200. $200 for a dog. Okay, I've waited for the price to go up first before I pair it. How much money do I then need to pair with this dog? Now I need $200 of BUSD. Okay, so that is 100% more BUSD. What's worse, suffering 20% impermanent loss or suffering 100% and spending more BUSD? Yeah, if 20% of $100 is $20, I guess. Maybe $200, 20% of 200 is $40. Yeah, maybe that's a $40 loss. Maybe, I don't know. I'm not very good at math. Maybe that's a $40 loss, or it's an extra $100 loss because you have to spend more in pairing your dogs. What's worse, losing $40 in impermanent loss or losing $100 in a more expensive dog LP? Yeah, this is way better. Now, people keep worrying about impermanent loss like it's such a big deal or something. This is the thing. If you're going to be putting, I'm typing it out. If you're going to be putting your LP into the farm, the amount of yield that you generate in return is going to more than cover your impermanent loss. Okay, like I said, you don't want to suffer impermanent loss, so you just put it in the pools. That's fine. But if you put it into the farm, that's 10 times higher interest. That 10 times higher interest compared to this impermanent loss, I don't know, the impermanent loss is such a small drop in the ocean of the amount of gains that you make when you put your LP tokens into the farm. Okay, if you're going to be putting your LP into the farm, then impermanent loss is irrelevant. Okay, you'll be making so much more money than that through the 10 times higher APR, the 10 times higher interest. But let's say you're going to put that LP into the farm and you're never ever going to touch it. Okay, you're just going to leave it there and you're just going to generate interest forever. Then impermanent loss doesn't exist. There's no such thing. Impermanent loss is only relevant if you're going to unpair your tokens. If you're going to leave them paired in the farm to generate interest, don't even bother like worrying about it. It's not even a problem. Impermanent loss is only a problem if you're going to pair your tokens and then leave them in your wallet to collect dust. Then maybe you might have to start worrying about it. But if you're going to pair them into the farm, or if you're going to pair them and then stake them into the farm, the amount of interest that you'll get in return is going to way, far outweigh the impermanent loss. It's like I said, impermanent loss in that case is a small, tiny drop in the ocean of gains that you'll be making. So don't listen to people that are screaming like, be careful of impermanent loss, blah, 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 blah. They don't know what they're talking about, honestly. Okay, anyways, that's my video. That was a lot. 36 minutes. Hopefully, you weren't bored watching through that video. It was kind of long, but thanks for sticking to the end. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments below, and I'll get to them in a future video. Peace.